one whole big picture in matter of minutes, in matter of seconds. We don't even realize. Okay? That tendency of a mind to move through association and create a big picture, and most of our suffering is actually not from the external events, but this big picture that we have created for ourselves. It curbs that tendency by repeating the same chant. By repeating the same chant means you stop the mind to what? Move from one thought to the other, which is connecting, right, and creating this big picture. You become far more deliberate in your thinking and much less mechanical. Lot of automatic messages that we give, they will just happen. So that tendency you curb by doing the japa. Japa, because one chant is same as the other. You are not building, right? You are not building on Om Namah Shivaya to Kailash to something else. You are not building that thing. So therefore, it is an amazing tool to curb your tendency of creating this associative thinking, okay, which creates big pictures, and from these big pictures actually is a lot of our suffering.
So I just want to ask you, so basically during meditation is not the time that you're analyzing,
no,
you know, or finding.
We are still on the first stage of meditation.
But
just getting into
what you are doing gives you that clarity which will help you understand this basic problem later on. Is that it?
No. What we are saying is the first step of meditation, which is the calming of the mind, can be assisted through chanting.
Separately.
But you're not thinking.
Okay.
That
Now, meditation is not
you're not thinking about like
you're not analyzing yourself.
You're not analyzing.
Very good
meditation
point,
is
but
still not
it's
complete.
Yeah.
I will give a chronological order to
to
how
meditation.
this meditation works. I will give you that chronological order. What I am saying is, unlike every other meditation, what they tell you, here is a huge deliberate process, understanding how it's getting certain mastery over your mind and reorienting yourself. It's a huge thing. It's not like, oh yeah, just be quiet, and then what? Oh, just watch your thought. What? You don't get anything out of it. Okay? It's a whole big way of re-understanding myself, spending time with myself, looking at my attitudes, looking at my internal messages that I give to myself, looking at my behaviors. Now replacing them with what? Vision of Bhagavad Gita, certain insights that it gives into how my mind works, and what? Slowly, without that sense of control, what? Shifting, right? So this is what meditation does. The chronological order I will give, like what is the sequence of events, because many of you were not there in the first the class we did at Koti's place, which was talking a lot about this whole reorientation process. Okay, so how we put it all together, where at what place is japa, at what place is the physical relaxation, what chronological sequence is the breathing, watching the breathing, all that I will say next time. What I want to do is one thing more that meditation does. Okay, so generally, now see what this mantra itself has all these multiple functions. Okay, what is the third thing that mantra does? The third thing that mantra does is, in between two chants, Om Namah Shivaya and Om Namah Shivaya, there is silence. Okay. Generally, between two thoughts, there is silence. There is no, it's not possible not to have silence, but are we ever aware of that silence? We are never aware of the silence. So what? Somebody can ask, so what, whether I'm aware of silence or not aware of silence? Hey, silence gives me a very huge insight into the relationship between thought and I. Because for everyone, I, the identity, the sole identity of who I am is what? Defined by what?
That I am not this, I am not that.
That
It helps you understand.
Exactly. So your whole identity is defined by the nature of your thoughts. This is how everybody, whether the person is a saint or a person is not a saint, and even when you make a judgment about somebody, it's about what? The quality of the thoughts, and then hopefully the behavior stemming from the thought process. Right? So for everyone, I is identical to what? Thoughts. Now this silence, if I begin to observe this silence, it gives me a huge insight into the nature of relationship between thoughts and I. I love when Rosh is like beaming with smile. Every time she gets something, she's beaming. So that is okay. That is a very, very useful insight. It's an amazing thing because the thoughts are coming and going. The silence is there. Okay. Thought comes, thought goes. Silence comes, silence goes. Again, we are not trying to be silent all the time. You can't, right? In fact, the whole thing is not that, oh, you have to be silent and only then you are relaxed. Not at all, right? Even the silence is not I, because if silence was I, then when the thought comes, I will disappear. Isn't true? No.
So the seer is I?
Exactly. The seer who sees coming of the thought, going of the thought, coming of silence, going of silence, coming of the next thought, and going of that next thought is who I am. It is highly liberating because that then you are not defining yourself by thoughts, but you still have a relationship with those thoughts. You handle your thoughts. You don't name yourself based on the thought life that you have. It is so good for your self-esteem. It releases you from this. Really, I'm telling you, there is this Upanishad. It's a beautiful Upanishad. It's Taittiriya Upanishad. It says every human being, no matter how evolved that human being is, suffers from a complex. What is that complex? The complex is kimaham sadhuna karvam, kimaham papam akaravam iti. Iti means this is how a human being thinks. Why did I not do what I had to do? Why did I do something which I should not have done? This is what we call guilt. We load our I with amazing amount of guilt. Okay? In addition to that guilt is this the whole tradition is just incredible. It's incredible tradition. Okay? And then it says, in addition to that guilt, there is a second thing. This is with reference to what I did. The second thing is what others did to me. Right? This is what we call hurt.
And we keep struggling to wipe it all clean. You know that you want to start again and wipe it all out, but how to do it? And the only way to do it is to recognize basically I'm already free. It is like that.
And I am free. That awareness, because of which you see different conditions of your mind, is always free from what it observes. It is so liberating. But still, you have a relationship, so you have to handle it. Right? So this is, but the point is not that you are labeling yourself. That is free. Okay? Hurt is with reference to somebody else's action. Why did this person do this to me? That is one hurt. The second hurt is what?
I
Why?
fell short of doing something.
Why did this person not do this
Or
to me?
Yeah.
Guilt and hurt. Okay? And taking that guilt and hurt as a reality of myself, I keep on trying to shift, and I don't know how to get out of it, as Arjuna says. So that's where what Vedanta says is, it's an ingenious way of looking at it. That A, you are already free from it. This is a reality about yourself. And at the same time, you have a special relationship with mind. You have to fix it.
Yeah, and this programming is really the whole valid issue here, because we might do it, and we can see ourselves doing it, but it's finite. That doing is very finite because you lapse back into
and it's fine.
your
And
program.
you bring it back. This is exactly the whole process of meditation. You lapse back. Nobody, otherwise, one day you listen to Vedanta, next day you'll all be saints. No, for nobody it happens. Okay, so this is now that particular shift that takes place is basic relationship between I and the mind. It is like the actor and the role. Right? There is no physical distance between actor and the role. Is there a physical distance? They are, but what is the relationship? If an actor is playing role of a beggar, what is the relationship? The beggar, can it be without the actor?
No.
No. But is the actor the beggar? No.
The role is dependent.
Exactly. The role has a dependent reality. The actor is independent. This comes from what? Understanding. If the actor loses one's identity as an actor and starts believing I'm a beggar, what is?
Psychiatric condition.
That's a psychiatric condition, exactly.
So in many ways, we're all
The whole world.
Hallucinations and delusions.
Absolutely. The whole world is stuck in a paradigm which is a wrong belief.
Yeah, so if we simplify it, that's
Yeah,
it.
that is
That
exactly.
is why today's psychiatrists are the most popular doctors.
That's why today we all need to
Whatever,
psychiatrist.
the same thing.
Right? So that means once you understand that the actor is intrinsically free from the role, now when you understand that, will you stop playing the role of a beggar? No. You will play the role. You have to play the role. You are in this world. You have to play different roles. But where is the freedom? The freedom comes from where? Understanding the reality about the relationship between the two. Once that is a role, you have so much freedom with reference to that role, you can play it so well and make thousands of people cry. And you get paid so much, what? For making so many people cry as a beggar. So that means that freedom comes from where? Just the knowledge about what is what. Okay. So Vedanta gives you some basic freedom about who you are by seeing the relationship between what? The thoughts which are what? Just passing, and you who is basically free. But because there is a connection, what can you do? Those thoughts, there are some which are distorted thoughts, some are what? Thoughts based on some understanding. So what do? Meditation is a technique. Those distortions which are there for lifetimes, you correct, but with certain inner lesion. By saying, yeah, these are distortions which is leading to suffering. Now let me correct, replace it with right understanding. But essentially, I am free. Okay? But both things have to work. The knowledge about the truth of I and that whole process where you correct the thought processes which is what? Fraught with distortions. Both have to happen. And Bhagavad Gita gives you that knowledge to handle both. Okay? So this is meditation. See how many things happen during this 15 minutes that you spend with yourself. It can lead to a huge inner revolution. Quiet, but a very significant inner transformation. Okay. Now, in the next class, I will tell you with all this which is involved in meditation, what is a chronological order? What do you do first? What do you do next? What do you do? So that I will explain in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Guru Namaha Hari